Attention passionate Detroit, Lions fans. Latest news, something big is happening in the NFC North and it could change the game. We're talking about a direct impact on Detroit Lions' path to another Super Bowl run, a power shift that could leave a division rival stumbling for years. We're bringing this to you firsthand. But before that, if you're a true Detroit Lions fan, subscribe to the channel to strengthen this passion even more. Show that you're also part of this family. Let's help each other reach 1,000 subscribers. Share with your FRINDS and Detroit Lions fans. Let's get to the news. The Detroit Lions, a team that has been building steadily over the past few seasons, is now entering a crucial phase of their franchise trajectory. After narrowly missing out on a Super Bowl appearance last year, many fans are eager to see their beloved Lions take that next big leap. And the recent developments across the league, especially in the NFC North, are setting the stage for what could be a historic season for Detroit. Now, what exactly is happening, and how does it influence their chances? Well, that's what we're here to dissect today, diving deep into the latest news, rumors, and strategic moves that could redefine the Lions' future. First, let's talk about the core of this team. Detroit, under the leadership of head coach Dan Campbell, has become known for its gritty, relentless style of play. Campbell's fiery personality and emphasis on physicality and mental toughness have resonated with players and fans alike. Over the past couple of years, the Lions have made significant roster improvements, especially on the defensive side, where they've added talent to complement their promising young stars like Aiden Hutchinson. Hutchinson, the first overall pick in 2022, has established himself as one of the premier pass rushers in the league, a true cornerstone for Detroit's defense. His presence alone elevates the entire defensive line, giving the Lions a formidable front that can threaten any offensive line in the league. But of course, football is a game of constant evolution and adaptation. The Lions' front office has been proactive, making some strategic offseason moves to bolster their roster further. They've signed key veterans, drafted promising rookies, and focused on creating a balanced team capable of competing at the highest level. Still, as we approach the start of the season, the question remains, are there still moves to be made? Are there opportunities that could tip the scales in Detroit's favor or shift the power dynamics within the NFC North? Now, one of the most intriguing stories circulating around the league right now involves the Cincinnati Bengals and their ongoing contract saga with a young defensive star, Shemar Stewart. This isn't just any player. Stewart was a highly touted prospect coming out of Texas A&M, a defensive lineman with explosive potential, known for his versatility and pass-rushing skills. The Bengals selected him with the 17th overall pick in the 2025 NFL Draft, which initially seemed like a solid pick, especially considering Cincinnati's recent defensive struggles and their need to replace aging players on the front line. However, what's happened since then has thrown a curveball into their plans. The Bengals, trying to manage their salary cap and future contract commitments, attempted to include a clause in Stewart's rookie deal that would void guarantees if he got into off-field trouble. Naturally, Stewart and his representatives pushed back hard against this, refusing to practice with the team and even leaving mandatory minicamp early. This has created a major standstill, with negotiations at a standstill, and Stewart threatening to hold out for the entire season or even re-enter the draft next year if his demands aren't met. This has put the Bengals in a difficult position. Extending Trey Hendrickson, their star pass rusher, is a priority, especially with the looming possibility of losing Stewart. But they can't ignore the young player's absence and the potential for him to sit out or even walk away from the team altogether. So naturally, the question arises, what if Cincinnati decides to cut their losses and trade Stewart? And here's where the Detroit Lions come into focus. The Lions, always looking to add talent and upgrade their defensive line, could very well be an ideal landing spot for Stewart if the price is right. Detroit's defensive line, while solid, still lacks the star power and depth that could turn them into a dominant unit. Aiden Hutchinson is a proven force, but beyond him, the team has some question marks. DJ Reader and Alan McNeil are reliable veterans, but the edge position, especially across from Hutchinson, needs more explosiveness and youth. Marcus Davenport was brought in as a free agent, but his performance has yet to fully materialize, and durability remains a concern. Now, Stewart's versatility is a major selling point. He can line up across the defensive line, whether inside as a three technique or outside as a pass rusher. His youth and raw talent mean he could develop into a premier player with the right coaching and opportunities. For Detroit, acquiring Stewart would represent a significant upgrade, especially if the Bengals are willing to part with him for a reasonable draft pick. And here's where things get interesting. In a perfect world for Cincinnati, Stewart would sign his contract and start contributing immediately. But given the current situation, a trade seems more probable. And the trade scenario that's gaining attention involves the Lions trading their 2026 first-round pick, which, if all goes well, would be a high-value selection in exchange for Stewart. This pick in the back half of the first round could still be a valuable asset, especially if Detroit continues to improve and contends for a playoff spot. For the Bengals, trading Stewart for a future first-rounder makes sense if they believe they can't reach an agreement with him and need to free up cap space or roster spots to address other pressing needs, like extending Hendrickson or beefing up other areas of their team. From Detroit's perspective, this is a calculated gamble. They'd be acquiring a player with the potential to significantly elevate their pass rush and overall defensive presence. Stewart's skill set fits perfectly into their scheme. He's young, hungry, and eager to prove himself on a big stage. If the Lions can add him to their roster, it would be a major boost heading into the season. Imagine Hutchinson and Stewart rushing the passer from the edges, creating chaos for opposing quarterbacks. That kind of duo could transform Detroit's defense from good to elite, giving them an even stronger chance to go deep into the playoffs. Now, let's put this into perspective. The Lions aren't just thinking short-term, they're building a team that can compete for Super Bowls in the coming years. Their recent draft picks, like Jahmyr Gibbs and Sam Laporta, show their focus on both offense and defense, and they're clearly committed to developing a balanced roster. But to truly contend, they need star players on defense, and Stewart could be that missing piece. His potential upside is enormous, and if he hits his stride, Detroit would have one of the most dangerous young defensive lines in the league. Of course, nothing is guaranteed in the NFL. There are always risks involved, especially when trading draft capital for a player who hasn't yet proven himself as a full-time starter. But the Lions' front office has shown that they're not afraid to take calculated risks if it means elevating the team. And in this scenario, the reward could be huge. They get a talented, versatile defender who fits their scheme and could anchor their line for years to come. Now, looking ahead to the season, Detroit fans are understandably optimistic. The NFC North is becoming more competitive each year, with the Vikings, Packers, and Bears all making moves to improve. But the Lions seem to have the right mix of young talent, veteran leadership, and strategic vision. Adding a player like Stewart would send a clear message. Detroit is all in on contending now and in the future. It would also serve as a statement to the rest of the division that they're not afraid to make bold moves to claim their spot at the top. As we analyze the current state of the team, it's important to remember how much the Lions have already accomplished in recent seasons. They've been steadily climbing the ranks, making the playoffs in 2021 and 2022, and last year they showed resilience and grit, pushing deep into the postseason. Jared Goff has proven to be a capable leader at quarterback, and the offensive line, led by Taylor Decker and Frank Ragnow, has been solid if not spectacular. The addition of talented playmakers on offense, like Jahmyr Gibbs and Jameson Williams, has added explosive potential. But the true key to their future success lies on defense, where consistency and disruptive ability can turn close games into wins. That's why the possible acquisition of Stewart is so intriguing. His ability to disrupt the quarterback and clog running lanes could be the catalyst for a defense that finally rises to elite status. And with the NFC North looking more open than ever, especially considering the uncertainties surrounding the Green Bay Packers and the Minnesota Vikings roster changes, Detroit has a real shot at taking control of the division. Furthermore, Detroit's management and coaching staff have emphasized a culture of perseverance, resilience, and relentless pursuit of excellence. That mindset, combined with the strategic additions they're considering, could finally give them the edge needed to break through to the big stage. The Super Bowl has been a distant dream for Detroit for decades, but with the right moves and a bit of luck, this could be the year they make a serious push. And the news about Stewart isn't just about a player or a trade, it's about the broader vision that the Lions have for their future. It's about creating a defense that's not just good but dominant, a team that's not just competitive but championship caliber. It's about the fans, the city, and everyone who's been waiting for that breakthrough moment. Detroit is hungry, and the pieces are starting to fall into place. Pause here, just for a second. If you want the YouTube algorithm to keep recommending the latest Detroit Lions news to you, it's super important that you leave a like on this video. Go ahead, it's quick and it makes a big difference. Thank you. Now let us continue with the big reveal. Looking ahead, the Lions are in a prime position to make some bold moves, and if the rumors about Stewart are true, this could be a game changer. A trade like this would not only boost their immediate defensive capabilities, but also send a message to the rest of the league that Detroit is serious about competing for championships. It's a bold approach, but one that could pay off handsomely if Stewart develops as projected. Of course, we have to keep an eye on the bigger picture. The NFL is unpredictable. Injuries, unforeseen setbacks, and the ever-changing landscape of the league can alter plans quickly. But Detroit's front office seems to be playing their cards wisely, balancing long-term development with short-term wins. Their draft strategy, their focus on building through the trenches, and their willingness to make impactful trades all point towards a team that's ready to take that next step. And let's not forget the emotional and psychological boost that acquiring a talented young player like Stewart could give the team. Confidence breeds success, and having a player with his talent, who's eager to prove himself, can elevate everyone around him. The Lions' locker room is already known for its camaraderie and resilience, but adding a piece like Stewart could ignite even more passion and determination. As the season approaches, fans are dreaming big. The NFC North is a tough division, but Detroit's combination of talent, coaching, and strategic moves makes them a formidable contender. The addition of Stewart, if it comes to fruition, could be the final puzzle piece that pushes them over the edge. Imagine the roar of Ford Field as Hutchinson and Stewart unleash their pass rush on a crucial third down. That's the kind of fearsome duo that could strike fear into the hearts of opposing offenses. And for Lions supporters, this isn't just about one player or one trade. It's about a belief in the team's potential. It's about the hope that this season could be the one where Detroit finally breaks through the glass ceiling and makes a deep playoff run, possibly even reaching the Super Bowl. The franchise has been building for more than a decade, patiently accumulating talent, learning from past mistakes, and now, perhaps, they're on the verge of something truly special. So, as we analyze this potential move, it's clear that the Detroit Lions are not just content to compete, they want to dominate. They're willing to make bold decisions, invest in their future, and take risks that could pay enormous dividends. The NFL is a league of inches and moments, and right now, Detroit is positioning itself to seize those moments and turn them into history. And now, Detroit Lions fans, I want to hear from you. What's your take on this? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Your opinion matters so much to us and the Detroit Lions. And don't forget, I'll be back soon with more updates, so stay tuned for the latest Detroit Lions news. This is a team on the rise, and the potential to add a player like Shemar Stewart could be the spark that ignites their Super Bowl ambitions. Stay tuned, stay passionate, and keep supporting your Lions, because this season might just be the one that fans remember for generations. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next update.